This is D, and Less Stress for Life, that's what's up. I heard some tragic news. This brother named Jarrid Wilson killed himself. And this guy was like a well influential person in a mega church. Added to that, he actually had a program entitled Anthem of Hope, which was helping individuals deal with depression and anxiety and suicide, things that he suffered from. If you look at these pictures that are up here, these are pictures from his wife's Instagram account, and I put them up there for a reason. My brothers and my sisters, as gently and as lovingly as I can say it, suicide is a very selfish act. Those kids are going to need him, and he's going to be dead and in the grave. That mother is going to need him to raise her little knuckleheads, his little knuckleheads, and he's not going to be anywhere around to help. So yeah, I understand suicide is desperation, but it's also selfishness. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should not commit suicide. Number 1, your influence. In fact, Jarrid was actually officiating the funeral of a lady who had committed suicide. Her influence on him might have been the result of him committing suicide. Looking at the news article, it seemed like that was a part of it. Realize, especially in this shrinking global environment, somebody from Botswana could hear your story of suicide, and be influenced to commit suicide. And you better be careful. You better be careful of how you're influenced as well, because you could be reading, you're depressed, you'd be reading people's stories of their suicides. These folk are in Thailand or something like that, and here you are reading about their stories. I mean, this brother was in California. I'm hearing about it. Your influence, number 1. Number 2, your perseverance. As you persevere, you get stronger. How can you do that? You can get stronger by listening to poems, by reading poems, by listening to songs, empowering songs, by reading powerful quotes, and by listening to testimonials. One poem that I really love is called Don't Quit. It was written by Edgar Guest. Part of it is, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. These individuals claim Christ. There are so many quotes, so many Bible verses that bespeak of strength and power and hope and perseverance. Isaiah 41 verse 10, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And testimonials. There was this one beautiful sister, could not sing. There was this one agent who told her that she needed to sing the blues. And she went to this one singer named Billie Holiday. And she told Billie Holiday, hey, this guy's telling me to sing the blues. I can't sing no blues. Billie Holiday told her, you got 2 babies. You got to pay your rent. Sing the song. And thus, the legacy of Lena Horne was born. But it was with perseverance. And you persevere, somebody may hear of your legacy and be strengthened by your testimony. And let's go to number 3, your inheritance. But before I go into your inheritance, I encourage you to like, subscribe, comment, share. Also, click the notification bell so you can be notified of our next video. And of course, go to www.destressmethod.com for more resource information. As it relates to your inheritance, number 3, we may very well have family history of suicide. Sadly, I knew this one brother. A decent brother who was going through some stuff. And unfortunately, he continued to think about suicide. But if you understood his family history, you would understand why he continually thought of suicide. Cousins committed suicide. Great aunts and uncles committed suicide. And people would continually tell him how he acted like one particular relative. He looked like the relative. He acted like that relative, they said. He had the same disposition of that relative. This was told him as a youngster that he was like that person. And guess what? That person committed suicide. And sadly, my brother is no longer with us because he decided to follow that inheritance that was left him. Now, my brother, my sister, if it's not in your family history, I strongly encourage you not to put it in there. If it is in your family history, I strongly encourage you, I implore you to be the one who breaks that generational curse. Well, that's all we got for now. This is D, and let's stress for life. That's what's up. Peace.